Live, local, breaking news. This is WYFF News 4 at 6 in high definition.
Continuing News 4 coverage of breaking news for you right now in Pickens County. A woman stands accused tonight of killing her grandson 2 months ago. She's charged with homicide by child abuse.
Investigators say they found oxycodone in her grandson's sippy cup. WYFF News 4's Corey Davis is live and local in Pickens tonight. Corey?
Carol and Michael, oxycodone is a very powerful prescription drug oftentimes used to help relieve severe pain. Well, this time Pickens County investigators say they found a lethal dose of the drug in the child's system after they did an autopsy. Deputies say the boy's maternal grandmother, 43-year-old Angela Brewer, was the sole caregiver for the child when he died 2 months ago. They say they were called to the home at Swiss Entrance in Pickens County back in October about a child who was not breathing. When they got there, they found family members doing CPR on the unresponsive boy. The child was taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. Deputies say an autopsy report showed the toddler had a lethal dose of oxycodone in his system. The drug was also found in his sippy cup. Brewer is being charged with homicide by child abuse. Right now, she is being held in the Pickens County Detention Center. Reporting live tonight from Pickens, I'm Corey Davis, WYFF News 4.
More at 11. Corey, thank you. Still more breaking news for you now. Greenville County deputies tell us they have a man in custody tonight after a nearly 4-hour manhunt from this afternoon. The sheriff's office tells us deputies tried to serve a warrant this afternoon, and the man, 35-year-old Daniel Webb, ran into some woods. Deputies canvassed the area near Tripp Road in Marietta, and deputies charged him in connection with some ATM thefts from last week. The sheriff's office used helicopters, a SWAT team, and K-9 units to find him. Authorities tell us none of this happened near school, so no schools went on lockdown. Now, deputies already arrested 47-year-old Donald Fleming in connection with the ATM theft. The deputies say the pair worked together to steal 4 ATMs and tried to pry open 4 others. This reminder will keep you up to date on this story and all your news and weather with our mobile app. You can download it for free from your Android or Apple store.
After more than 5 decades of no official relationship at all, the relationship between Cuba and the U.S. may be heading in a different direction. WYFF News 4's Nigel Robertson joins us now with more. Nigel?
Carol, for more than 50 years, the Cuban government has not spoken highly of America, but now things may be changing. It's been an emotional 24 hours at Mad Cuban Cafe in Simpsonville. Owner Mimi Zabala is hopeful.
Think about this. All the Cubans that have left from Cuba, okay, they're willing to risk their life on a raft boat, cross the ocean, shark infested, to get a taste of freedom.
Wednesday, President Barack Obama announced the U.S. would normalize relations with the island's communist government and open a U.S. embassy sometime next year. Some here celebrated, like Nilka Fuentes, who has only been in the U.S. for a year and a half.
I'm going to ask her because she doesn't speak English.
I asked her what happens to Cuba now. She said she expects Cuba will benefit from this decision. She says it won't be fast, but she is happy because she believes the people of Cuba now have a future.
All I can do is look at my parents' face and all of a sudden cry. And I'm not from Cuba. I wasn't born there, but I have a love for Cuba.
Zabala says her Cuban mom would have celebrated the news. Sure, there are people on both sides, some happy and some upset, but everyone we talked to seemed to be excited, but not ready to trust the Cuban government just yet.
If a door finally opens, then how many things can go through? I mean, okay, the government is this and the government is that, but what about everything that we can bring in as the people?
Now, both Senator Tim Scott and Senator Lindsey Graham have publicly said they disagree with the president's decision. Graham tweeted, quote, "This is an incredibly bad idea," and Scott said these actions will do nothing to increase the freedom and liberty the Cuban people deserve, end quote.
Well, the weather, it is changing. This is a live look from our Woodruff Road Skycam. Clouds rolling in, and that's setting up a big change for the weekend.
Chief Meteorologist John Sesrich is here. John, the change arrives when, tomorrow?
Yeah, it looks like it, Carol and Michael. As you can see, we're talking about storm system developing in the southeastern coastline of Texas, and that storm system will continue to work its way right along the Gulf Coast. And as it does, it'll start to bring in some precipitation. Now, here's something that's kind of interesting. The last several days, we were talking about a major washout on Saturday across the area. A lot of the computer models are having the system weaken and stay too far south where all the heavier moisture will be. Now, these are showers and thunderstorms along the Gulf Coast tomorrow morning, and some of these thunderstorms could locally be severe. And, of course, south of that warm front in the Gulf, it's nice and warm. High pressure continues to dominate. We'll see increasing clouds as we go through the day tomorrow. And then tomorrow night, some of the light precipitation could get in here as we get wedged in with that northeasterly wind. So we could see a few patches of drizzle and fog. It could be mixed with some freezing drizzle possible, and even some very, very light snow possible for the mountains of North Carolina. But notice it really just kind of fizzles out as it heads along the coast. And this is 6 o'clock Saturday evening. And then by Sunday, we really start to dry out. I'll talk more in detail about the storm system a little bit later on. Now back to you, Michael.
Back to me, John. Thanks. WYFF News 4 investigates tonight the huge amount of money spent on travel by South Carolina state agencies. Tim Waller dug through records from the state controller's office and found millions of dollars worth of travel expenses that taxpayers pay for. He's here with the results.
Carol, state agencies say all this travel they do is necessary to carry out the state's business. Included on this list are colleges and universities because they receive state taxpayer funding. So let's start with the top 5. Clemson University is the largest travel spender in the state in the fiscal year ending June 30th. Almost $13 million worth of travel, followed by USC, MUSC, the College of Charleston, and DHEC, the State Department of Health and Environmental Control. Other state agencies racking up big travel bills include the State Judicial Department, spending nearly $2 million in travel. Think about traveling judges there, followed by labor, licensing, and regulation, and the State Department of Transportation. The governor's office and her SLED security team spent about $500,000 in travel. The South Carolina House and Senate also turned in large receipts for travel as lawmakers drive to and from Columbia during the legislative session. And here's the grand total of all this. 113 taxpayer-funded agencies in the state spending $347 million in travel, as well as registration fees for conferences from July 1st, 2013 to June 30th of this year. Now, every year, State Controller Richard Ekstrom warns travel is an expense that agency leaders need to watch very closely. Carol?
Tim, thank you. Governor Nikki Haley has selected Marsha Adams to lead the new South Carolina Department of Administration. Adams will oversee large parts of the state's intergovernmental issues. Haley announced her choice for the newest cabinet member this afternoon at the State House.
Happening right now, more than 80 soldiers are taking the oath to serve and protect this country. WYFF News 4's Mandy Gaither is live and local in Anderson tonight. And Mandy, this kind of ceremony isn't usually done, is it?
Well, that's right. It's usually a lot more quiet and less public, but as you can see behind me, that's not the case here. 82 soldiers from Greenville, Anderson, Spartanburg are being sworn in tonight in the middle of downtown Anderson. And Anderson County officials wanted to give families of those future soldiers a chance to see their loved one being sworn in and let everyone see how much their service means to so many. Angie Stringer worked to make this happen. She works with Anderson County. She's the mother of 3 soldiers and didn't get to see any of her sons being sworn in. She wanted to make sure that didn't happen to other military moms.
It's a big decision and it affects the whole family, not just the soldier. And I can attest to that. So to include the families and to let the future soldiers know how much it means to county residents to know that they've made a decision to protect our country.
And back here live, you see those 82 soldiers going up on stage. They will be swearing, doing their swearing in momentarily. That's what we're doing right now. And after that, then we will have remarks from Captain Joshua Edwards with the U.S. Army. We'll also have the anthem, national anthem being sung by Pickens County Fire Chief Billy Gibson. So this is all happening right now here in downtown Anderson. Mandy Gaither, WYFF News 4, live in Anderson.
Thanks, Mandy. A school bus driver in Marshall, North Carolina faces misdemeanor child abuse charges. Madison County deputies say 34-year-old Jonathan Shelton left a kindergarten student on the bus Monday. The sheriff's office says Shelton didn't find the child until the end of the day. Madison County sits northwest of Asheville.
In Henderson County, a 46-year-old man tonight stands accused of a sex offense with a child. Deputies tell us Alvaro Cepeda made inappropriate contact with a child under the age of 13. The sheriff's office says the charge came after the victim met with investigators. Cepeda made his first appearance in Henderson County District Court earlier today.
One person is dead following a single-car crash in Pickens County. According to the Highway Patrol, the wreck happened at about 9:30 last night, 2 miles south of Easley on Highway 93. Troopers say 61-year-old William Anderson went off the right side of the road and overturned. He had to be cut from the vehicle and was taken to Greenville Memorial, where he later died.
Here we are 1 week away from Christmas, and if you're looking for a way to give back, we have it for you. WYFF4 and the Greenville News are teamed up once again for the Holiday Sunshine Fund. Today's donations total $3,125. Grand total for the season so far, $48,809. Thank you, folks. It's easy to give. Send your donation to P.O. Box 1688, Greenville, South Carolina, 29602. Or it's even easier online. Just go to WYFF4.com and look up the Holiday Sunshine Fund icon, which you'll find right there on the homepage. Every dollar you give will go to a local charity.